Wait for it.
He got pulled away.
Going for now.
I think he got pulled away.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna assume that he was making a wait for it joke.
Yeah, he's yanking the commanders up.
XO, permission to go find something to drink.
You have 3 minutes left. Have a clock running.
So I gotta ask, anybody here tried Kerbal Space Program?
Yes. Of course. Who hasn't?
It's awesome. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend you try it. It'll waste several days away.
Yes.
It's one of those games where you launch a mission, and then you you perform the mission, land the mission, then you look over out the window and go, "Holy crap! Is the sun coming up?"
Yeah, sometimes that happens. You want to perfect your launch.
There's this one game.
Getting pretty
It's
fun now as
called,
well, with the career modes and some other stuff.
There's a game called Space Combat, and it is the simplest game. It's not multiplayer. It doesn't even have a sort of good GUI. It's a simulator that just has pretty much Newtonian physics. So you can make a ship, and you put it out there, and you have Newtonian physics. So remember, you can't stop. It's not like flying a plane. If you keep going.
Yep.
And it's just ridiculous. Oh my god, it's the simplest, smallest game you'll ever look at and download if you can find it, because it's been taken off of everywhere. I still have a copy, and I can't find it anywhere anymore. But oh man, it's great because it has Newtonian physics. So if you think that I'll just turn, and you don't really think about it, you just start putting the thrusters in and you try to turn, and suddenly you're spinning around in a circle.
Yeah, that's a good tactic for shooting, or do reverse shooting.
It's funny though because the AI, sometimes we can't hear you, Judo. I know you're trying to, but anyway, but you can't the AI in it is really simple and dumb. So what it tries to do is it just spins around in a circle at random vectors trying to hit you. especially when you make the lasers have infinite range.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So basically,
in others,
they should be like the graphics for the enemies should be a turtle on its back, basically shooting lasers.
but that's actually how it works would work in outer space. If somebody was chasing you, you would simply turn around, shut your engines off, turn around, and shoot the guy. They used to do it in Babylon 5.
And Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, in Battlestar Galactica, exactly. Well, of course, they tended to flip, but anyways.
Yeah. Well, it's because they're Vipers.
The Vipers, the thrusters are mainly on the bottom.
They've got a crap ton of RCS, so they just flip around and.
Yeah, well, they got a crap.
Of the inertia dampers on our ships here.
I think our fighters are cooler.
Yeah, but the Artemis is based on the Star Trek method of thinking, where ships turn and arc around.
They're like ships. 2D thinking. Remember Ravlicon?
Yeah.
But you can go up and down in this game.
Oh yeah, it's really useful. I'm surprised you don't do it more often.
Don't you dodge asteroids?
Well, it's one way to dodge asteroids, but you'll turn left or right around them a lot quicker.
Sometimes I will call out for helm to change the plane, because sometimes I go to target a ship and I'm looking down at it, down the reticle scope, and I can't target the weapons.
Pew 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 pew.
Oh, wait a minute! When we're facing those those axe ships or whatever, if we got some inclination on them, I might actually be able to hit the weapons.
For some reason, I feel like this was
Intentional?
Intentional, yeah.
Well, we are speaking to the designer.
I had sorted that one out, actually.
I don't know.
Quicker than they give me credit for.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I can hit them when we come in on the side, and a lot of the fights, yeah, we've been coming at them from their side.
They were actually meant to be more maneuverable, by the way.
Oh.
So you wouldn't actually be able to do that.
Well, they eventually turn and we're face to face, but...
Yeah, but if you have two ships, you cannot face both of them at the same time.
The best way to deal with them is just like we did with the one, taunt them into the black hole.
Whoever designed that ship must have been a genius.
Yeah, obviously.
Or an asshole just wanted to piss me off.
I actually go with the asshole suggestion, probably.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make it real hard for me to be able to just, blap, take out the weapons, because a lot of the ships, especially the smaller ones, I nail their weapon systems in the first shot.
Have you seen the weapons on those things when they fire?
No, not often. I'm usually looking down the scope.
Those things that you talk about getting the weapon systems, they shoot very, very quickly. Like, you're watching the main screen, and we shoot pew, pew, pew. They're going pew, 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 pew.
Yes, but they're firing at us through their saucer section, aren't they? You need to make lasers that can arc.
Yeah, shouldn't be too hard. Just put a mirror on top. That's the mirror.
That's why the ship's so shiny.
Yeah, okay, I see.
It's a pain in the ass in this game to get lasers that come from the proper places.
Yeah.
It's sort of sad that they have some of our captured fighters.
Yeah, I guess the cadets didn't fly them good enough.
They're nasty too. They're more maneuverable than the just regular Arconian fighters.
Seems bad.
Beams are weaker though.
Always good to hear, but then again, if you can't shoot them...
No, they turn on a dime, like, compared to the Arconian ones, they turn in the beam arcs. Well, these things can turn, like, in an instant around the ship and keep hitting us from around the ship.
Is that their tactic? Trying to come from the back and shoot us up?
Well, no, they can just, the quote-unquote Allard class fighters can just rotate around a target and hit them. And they could probably survive because they wouldn't have to work. Their turn radius is so small they don't have to worry about us outmaneuvering them.
Sounds bad, but then again, a little bit of warp and a little bit of mines.
But no, on our side they're good. I wonder if Fish is going to get promoted to captain. No, he was just promoted. Okay, I wonder if Jamel is going to get promoted to commander then.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Whoops. What did you do while I was gone? I was gone for 5 seconds. What did you do?
Huh? I don't know.
We did nothing. I don't know, maybe Truson lost one of those nukes again in the back seat.
Just saving them for later.
Secret stash.
What?
About
What?
ordnance.
What?
Did I tell you about the hiding ordnance?
What? I mean, come on. Legitimately, if you look the other way...
Hey, I need a
battle,
seat
you
warmer.
can just pull 4 out of nowhere. Like, you'd be like, oh no, we need nukes, and there'll be 4 more nukes. Just don't ask where they were. I see absolutely no problem with this.
I see a problem with it.
What's
When
that?
a commander is when the commander is trying to make a tactical make a tactical choice, and they don't know that there are 4 extra nukes, then they'll make a decision that requires not nukes, and then they're going to reprimand you.
Well, you see, here's the thing.
Technically,
Nukes are so...
guidelines say that the magazines only hold so many, so
Well-
that's what he should be making his decision.
Well, my thinking is that the nukes. When I think nukes, I think of like the ICBMs. So I'm thinking, nukes have to be big. Okay, that's just my thinking, and that's why we only have 2 because they're so big. So that's why I keep saying. Let me finish my train of thought here. So that's why my reasoning is always, we're in outer space. We're protected from radiation from outer space anyways. We don't care about other radiation going off. So just give me a spacesuit and some lead paint and paint on my spacesuit, and trust me, don't worry about it. I'll go out there. We'll just strap some nukes to the side of the ship. Just strap 2 on the roof.
But the thing is, it's not like they're an ICBM because they don't have multiple reentry vehicles.
Yeah, I know. They don't need the Delta V to get to orbit. Yeah, I know.
Well, yeah, but ICBM doesn't explicitly have to have a MIRV on it.
Well, it doesn't, but you pretty much now they all have MIRVs on.
Well, yeah, now, but when they were first, the
Mercury Redstone was a nuclear missile.
right. All you need to be an intercontinental ballistic missile is a missile that is capable of going a certain distance.
Technically, if a V2 was a little bit lighter, then it probably could have been.
If you took the warhead off of V2, you probably could.
Oh yeah, because that thing
somebody
was
convinced.
that thing was 2 tons. Actually, the funny thing was, the first things going to space were the V2s, and then because after the war,
It's almost like we stole their entire space program.
Well, no, we the Russians and the Americans, we both aimed in our respective test zones and just sort of launched them straight up.
Well, right. That's a great place to start.
Yeah, and I mean, and that technically reached suborbital flight, but it was close.
Yeah, because they were aiming for England before.
Yeah. Well, when they were shooting in that direction, they weren't going when you launch now. You launch straight up until you're a couple 100 meters up, and then you turn 35 degrees off. Whereas if you're trying to hit something else,
they did a full parabola back then.
Yeah, you turn almost immediately upon getting.
Actually,
100 feet up.
have you seen the control vanes for that thing? What they had those graphite control vanes to control the exhaust to steer the damn thing.
Which were all done with a complicated ass series of mechanical pulleys and bullshit because they didn't have any way to talk to it in flight, which is crazy.
Well, all you had to do, even all they had to do was set a gyroscope, and if you know what direction you want it to go and you know what direction it's facing, all you have to do is set the gyroscope. The same principle applies when you're in space. How do you turn a space capsule in space? Is you turn a gyroscope. That's the easy way to do it, because then you don't have to worry about thrusters.
Right, you don't have to calculate how much.
User joined your channel.
Can everyone please report to briefing room 1?
Yes, you're using.
User left
Report to
your
briefing
channel.
room 1. Report to briefing room 1. Briefing room 1.
Yep, briefing room 1.
User left your channel. User left your channel. Channel User switched. Joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
This feels weird.
I wonder if any users joined our
User
channel.
joined your channel. User joined your channel.
I'm at the top of the list.
User
That's what
joined your
feels weird.
channel.
I haven't come to join the ship,
Channel.
Lieutenant.
User
Coffee
joined your
enemas also
channel.
feel weird.
Cool.